Hello yet again with more Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. This time around, who shall we be? We could do Lazarus. We got a lot of things left to unlock. Eve. We still need to do Mega Satan. There's a lot of just random things with characters, but we have gotten through most of the post-it notes with most of them. I think that we shall do Lazarus. We do have 2 wins in a row, which is incredible. Hopefully we can get a little bit more. We could just keep messing with the vert for a little while if we want to. Anyways, the run is A6L6699L if you want to try for yourself. We need to do what? We need to beat Isaac and go to the chest and do Mega Satan. So we should try and get angel deals if possible. And bombs, I guess, for right now. Actually, with rainbow tiers, we should have the ability... I believe we could get a random tier that would allow us to destroy some of these. Maybe not. If we're very desperate, we can come back and try that out. I don't remember what all tier types are cycled through here. It does seem to be most. But the rainbow tiers is a super solid item for the beginning. We will fight our floor boss, and then we might just do the self-sacrifice room a couple times so we can become Lazarus Risen. Just so our stats can go up a little bit. And there's not necessarily a good reason to wait. Our health will go down, but we do have access to a spirit heart for now. So we'll come back and get that, hopefully not run into those spikes. But we'll just hit this a couple times. We might get something useful out of it. Grab another heart. Not very useful for this floor. But we do have... Oh, I was going to say, that seemed to be a significantly higher damage boost than I thought. But that's because we ended up getting the Death's Touch tiers at the same time as us happening to come back to life. We got, what? Polyphemus tiers? Now back to Death's Touch. It's just going to keep cycling. So we just hope that we don't end up doing damage to ourselves because of this. The random unpredictability of the tiers is not always the best. We could have an explosion that hurts us. Is this a useful pill to verp? It does appear to be a very useful pill to verp. Double health up. We just don't want to take any red heart damage. I did, in fact, I don't know if you could tell by looking at me, but I did just finish eating lentil soup before recording this. It was Campbell's, I believe, if my memory serves correctly. Let me just take a glance. Actually, it might have been Progresso. The difference between the two is not something I've ever really noticed. So do I have a strong preference for one? I have a strong preference to save money. That's what I have. So whichever one is cheaper is usually the one I'm going for. If only we could just keep Death's Touch the whole time. We could, I mean, theoretically, Death's Touch, like get Death's Touch itself, and then have Rainbow Tears stack on top of Death's Touch. I feel like the best thing to do is just fight the boss right now, because, well, we didn't get it. I'm gonna say there's less of a chance of us missing the deal with the devil if we went back, but now it's all lost. It's okay, we got a ton of health to trade if we can ever manage to make it to a deal. We do need to get one. If we want to do angel deals, we need to get a devil deal and then ignore it and then come back to another one, so the odds aren't super high, especially if we miss the first one. Which is why they're not things I usually try to strive for. But I mean, we can also just try and get a blood bank. We could play that a little bit once we get enough coins to spawn an arcade room. And then try and get a blood bag so we could do another self-sacrifice room play. Maybe. Right now we don't really have enough. My reflection can get out of here. I am using my coins, which I don't want to do. No. Can you give me something that I want? I don't want spider belt. We don't have an active item, but that's not an active item I want. Inner eye is beautiful. We will now have triple random tiers. And we ended up getting more money than what we started with. So we're out of bombs now, and we're out of... No, we're not out of keys. We still have one. But we're basically out. Hopefully next floor we don't take any damage. We didn't have any access to a spirit heart. We could have checked the shop, but I kind of want to save it up for an arcade. If we get some triple death touch, that would be wonderful. But no, the lentil soup. Lentil soup was good. I ate it with some taco seasoned blend cheese. I was gonna go for just the sharp cheddar, but we didn't have any, and the Monterey Jack was not open. So, you know, we make do with what we have, and what we had was taco spice blend cheese. Get out of here. Don't try and blow me up. I wanted to go for the classic saltine crackers with soup, but I remembered, sadly, by the fact that there were no saltine crackers. Getting hit is not good right now. By the fact that there were no saltine crackers, I was reminded that we had no saltine crackers because I gave them to Isabel when she was sick. Luck up, and we got Ghost Pepper. Ghost Pepper will randomly shoot out a small fire, which actually does a ton of damage. Yeah, just randomly while we're going. We don't have another key to go in there, so we can't go in there. They've just taken away the possibility. Oh, that was like a triple homing shot one. Or a double? I don't know. If we ended up randomly getting inner eye as an effect from the rainbow tiers, would we shoot out 9 tiers or would we shoot out 6 tiers? Or would it still be 3? Or maybe it's weird and it does like 5 or something in between. I'm not sure. Homing fear tiers seem to be pretty great. I'm working on dodging everything. Clearly, it's not going that well. We just gotta break that portal, yeah, so that way we don't have to fight any more enemies than we already have to. Not pause, looking up. We got through everything we needed for this floor. We could go back. You're right. We should go back and look for an arcade because we don't have to rush the boss rush. You know, literally running into damage from a time, or from a place in which I did not need to get injured, just makes me feel a little annoyed with myself. We're gonna get back into the swing of things, and then soon all of this will be damage that we won't be taking. Though the conversating is a little distracting to me, it's definitely worth it. Because then it gives some more interaction, talking about my day, what I'm doing. And then I can understand you people a little more by what you say to me. We are speedy. We're going to go look for a blood machine because that would be a wonderful get. Because then I think we'd max out at 2 speed, getting a blood bag. Our health would also go up by 1, which is never a bad thing. Especially if we have yet to get a devil deal. We need the survivability. Super Sloth, he's not that big of a threat. He's just gonna be tossing out like maybe 3 shots this whole time. Or just the 1. Yeah, not much of anything. Chaos card. So if we can get to the boss and I can avoid throwing this in the wrong direction, we should be doing pretty great. And we're going up and out of here. Not bad. The temperature compared to yesterday is not nearly as high, but it is still incredibly warm in here. Not the greatest place to be. Getting immediately damaged is very unfortunate, and honestly, at this point, it's just making me sad. The next run will hopefully be better, but this is the run that we're on, and we won't get to the next run until we're done with this one. And we want this one to be a win. We want all of them to be a win, but we definitely want this one to be a win. Gotta continue the streak. Maybe we can make it up to 4 if we can get this one. But we definitely can't make it to 4 if we don't get this one. If we could get a lot of hearts on this floor, we would have the opportunity to play the self-sacrifice room and get things that we have been stopping ourselves from getting, unfortunately. Let's see, is there any way we can quickly take these guys out? We don't seem to have very much damage. Death's Touch is like the only high damage moment that we have. Goodness, I almost ran into him. We need more hearts. The thing is, the self-sacrifice room, can it increase our devil deal chance? If so, doing it first would be better. I don't want to spread ourselves too thin heart-wise, though, to the point where we can't get out of this floor and take away the victory that we might have just to try and get some post-it note stuff done. Like, ultimately the goal is to finish the post-it notes, but we don't have to do it all this run. We don't have to do it all the next run. There's nothing of value in this room. I'm just gonna blow that up now, otherwise I'm gonna get hit by it later on. And of course it'll be me triggering it, and that's... we've already taken enough damage, we don't need to add things on top. I think that's the triple shot. We just end up getting 6 shots from it. I'm gonna save the double heart in case we do take 1 more damage. Because the self-sacrifice room does take a whole heart no matter what, even if you have the wafer. And we don't have the wafer, but if we did, don't be confused to think that it would help. We got money, Wheel of Fortune. I don't want to play it. I do want to get away from that thing. A Temperance card would also be great, that way we don't have to even bother finding an arcade. My Reflection. Those boomerang tears. When they stop just shy of reaching the enemy. Big Chub's fine. Chub. Big Chubby. How come it's not Chub just in all caps? We can't get to that black heart, which is sad. There's only one thing in the shop. Well, we're gonna have to re-roll it. Okay. I mean, yeah, we want that. What is this pill? Luck down? That's horrible. I think it was bad enough that we had the crap luck to begin with here. What else are we gonna get? So instead of this self-sacrifice room, we could... Actually, can't we just do this anyways? Let's see if we can buy another heart. No, we cannot. We can play this one more. Nah, let's just use our last bomb. Okay, we got 2 cents back. Not the worst thing in the world. Gotta get out of there, though. So we can play the self-sacrifice room a couple times, and then we can sacrifice our empty heart containers to get a Meat Boy. There's a 2 and a 3. We feel blessed. Our Devil Deal odds did go up, I believe, but let's get 2 more hearts and see what happens. I think the worst thing we could do is just lose our life to an angel fight at this point. Once more, can we get something useful out of this. We have some money, so we're just gonna sacrifice these empty heart containers because they're currently doing nothing for us, and hopefully we don't miss this chaos card throw. That was beautiful. We did manage to get the devil or the angel room open. Oh, but huge oversight here. We did use our bomb, so we can't even fight this statue. We do have the Angelic Prism. We could, if you really want to, play 1 or 2 more times. I don't know if that's the smart option. Just give me one moment here. I am going to look up the Isaac self-sacrifice ring. Is it possible for us to get spirit hearts in the next one? Let's see, 3 pennies on the 5th play. 6th play, teleport to the devil room, which we don't want. 7th play, we could get 1 soul heart. If we could make it up to 10, then we could get the huge soul heart payout, but we are not going to make it there, so we'll just upgrade our Meat Boy once more and move on. I wonder if we can actually sacrifice our last red heart for another cube of meat. I think at this stage it's still... I think it would make another cube of meat and not make the Meat Boy bigger. I wasn't really keeping that close attention to how many we sacrificed. Oh, the Angelic Prism is super cool whenever it ends up lining up. You'll see in a second. Yeah, so it multiplies all of our shots, and they do extra things. I don't remember if they're homing or just higher damage, but they're also rainbow, which is pretty cool. Bad Trip is horrific. Like, we couldn't have asked for a worse thing to happen to us. Now we have to play just super duper safe, which is not what I wanted to do. I wanted a walk in the park. But yeah, Angelic Prism is pretty cool. It's just hard for it to be useful because it rotates so slowly around. And the effect only happens when you shoot tears through it. Got the really fast wormy boys. Getting hit there is a big fear. We can get 1 red heart in the room over. We're very cautious. Okay, we tried to be cautious, but it didn't matter. We ran into it. That's a hard thing to line up using a controller. Keyboard and mouse, you just press like A and S, and then you can walk perfectly diagonally. Or WD, moving up. But that was sadly our loss. We lost the streak. We can start again next time. But for now, that will be all. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully next time is not nearly as terrible. And I'll tell you about whatever soup I eat before the next video. If I do eat more soup. Hopefully, if that is the case, I'll end up with more saltines. Because having soup without saltines is not great. It's not great. But you probably know that. Goodbye for now.